WWII WWII here, and this is my World War II Soviet Red Army impression. So, let's get started. So, the era of this uniform is at the time of the start of Operation Barbarossa in June 1941. And the tunic here I'm wearing is the Oba 35 or 36 that you can tell of the red collar tabs. Now they should have like infantry badges and rank stuff on here, but I do not have those quite yet. It's a Gimnastra. I'm not sure if that's how you say it or not. And it has two pockets on each side. So yeah, that's the tunic. And as for the pants, this is the Oba 35 pants. And by the way, these are original pants, believe it or not. I think. I mean, they look old, but matches the same color as the tunic. So yeah. And as for the gun, well, this is a Mosin Nagant, but it's from later on in the war. This is M44, although there were shorter Mosin Nagants. It would be M38, but I think those were pretty rare, and I would have brought a real the actual longer Mosin Nagant that they used during World War II and World War I, but I do not have a replica of one of them yet. This is the SSH 36, issued in 1936. It looks like the French Adrian helmet that they used during World War I and also World War II. Kind of looks like that, but different liner. And this was pretty common at the beginning of the war, but also the SSH 39 helmet was also being used and already was in service, but these were also pretty common. And I don't have an SSH 39 just yet, although I do have an SSH 40. But by the way, the SSH 40 or SSH 38, 39 I mean, sorry about that, has like 3 rivets at the top. The SSH 40 has 6 rivets at the bottom. This is SSH 40. It's a post-war model, but don't worry about it. But yeah, this is the SSH 40. These helmets were also being used by Soviet troops, but they were not as common as they would be later on in the war. So, yeah. Another headgear they wore during the summer was the Palatka. And these were pretty common, or side caps. They wore. So, yeah, these started being issued in, I believe, sometime in the 1930s or maybe early 40s. I think it's like before the war started or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, these were a lot more common than helmets, I believe. Those pretty common. Now for the gear. These are Mosin Nagant pouches. They usually wear 2 pouches of them in the front. 1938 canteen cover that they used till probably, I think, later on in the war. Then they used, and then they also began using a different type of canteen cover up until like the Cold War era. They use those canteen covers for a pretty long time. Let me just put on an SSH-40 helmet, because why not?
Орел гордость прошли,
Why not?
и последние улицы название прочли.
Because they're more iconic. They're a lot more iconic than the SSH-36. So, yeah. And next you have the gas mask bag. They also use these to not only put gas masks and gas mask canisters in there, but they also use them to store personal items. I mean, I have nothing in here, but let's see. They also had like backpacks, but I don't have a backpack yet. Yeah, this is the gear that they would typically use from when the war started. I'm not sure when the M41 shovel cover was issued, but if anyone in the comments say that I made a mistake with my gear, especially with considering this, be sure to let me know in the comments, since I'm not a complete expert on it, so my apologies if I get anything wrong. So yeah, this is my Soviet Red Army 1941 early Operation Barbarossa impression. As you would see, so I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to my other channels, including my main channel, WWII. This has been Leonid Petrov. И до свидания.